and 11.
Chris don't travel.
On second down, they'll run with White. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
Check. Lucky. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Defense.
They'll look to throw into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young, and he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
A first carry now for Kofani Muhammad, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Makes the score, Ravens 7, Steelers 0.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Connor on first down working his way forward for about 4 yards. 2nd down coming up.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
2nd and 6. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
Ready, break.
Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Score.
No. Off. 25, check.
5.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, it's White, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. They'll look to throw here. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
30 base.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got
First down, here's White. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
218, chop.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Rock it. 5. Ready?
2nd and 2. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
I got you. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Hey, lock it. Hit it.
Back to throw here. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Check.
Here's Jackson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Jackson now. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Second and 10.
On 2nd down now, it's White. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Watch the slant.
Go.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
31 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Check 13. Check 13.
Now a give right side. Muhammad. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
To throw is Jackson. Going left side here, and it's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Check 31. Check 31. Jim. Check 99. Check 99.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Tucker, a career 70% success rate from 50-plus. Just incredible. And the All-Pro is money from distance again there.
They ought to give him 4 points for field goals from some of the distances that this guy makes them from.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go now.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3-and-out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. On second down, it's White. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. From the gun, it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run it. This is Muhammad. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Under 10, 10.
Hey, watch it. Kill. Will. Kill. Joker.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going top shelf for... Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Bravo.
2nd and 5. He sets to fire deep. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Switch, switch. Switch it, come on, switch it.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Steven Nelson. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They go right back to White here on 1st down. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 21-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Johnson's got it complete. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On the carry, it's Muhammad. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch twins. Showing up, showing up.
Check 9, check 9.
Jackson now to throw again. They'll roll him out right. This will be caught by Brown. 20! And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Watch the shot.
Check 3, check 3. Let's go. Lucky.
Check your backer, check your backer. Mike 5. Mike 55. Mike 55.
Drop deep.
On first down, Muhammad. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Let's get it. Mike 55. Hey, eat. Go.
Quarterback D-line. Get that quarterback D-line.
On 2nd and 15 now, Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown of the new season as the Ravens push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Steelers take over 3rd and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The second down pass. Complete to Deontay Johnson. That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
7.
25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike.
Yo, get it.
They'll set up to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
58 to Mike. 58. 58 to Mike. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Let's go.
Back to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Tyus Bowser able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Check 37. Deuce.
Hey, Charlie.
25 to Mike.
Ready?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Anthony Averett picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Slam. Check 43.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
On the ready.
We'll go 25 to Mike. Hey, let's get in them holes.
They'll run on 1st down. White. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 27.
This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's first and 10. Looking to throw. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Muhammad. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, and now it's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interception. Of course, he's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Johnson was the intended receiver, but now it's third down. The Steelers on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Switch. Wide. Get wide.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. point now by Boswell. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. They run. It's Mark Ingram, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be third down. From the gun, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry. Get it.
They'll set up a throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
On first down, Muhammad. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They go again with Muhammad. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Back at the 5-yard line now. Second and goal. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Throwing quickly. That's caught by Brown out wide. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep.
Come on, fellas.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just get going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.